Wam Kahala Yahweh Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahushai Ba'Shem Harakah Kodesh Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai Barakatham to the Akim out there teaching his word, truth, in all sincerity, teaching the downfall of Esau, the 2/3, the heathens in his wicked kingdom. I want to go ahead and give a little video here on the prophecies that are coming to pass. Right here, I just seen I post a video about this, about what's going on in Australia. And, Australia has been on fire the last couple months. And if you guys don't recall, all this year has been nothing but destruction. And, a lot of the 2/3 and the rest of the, even Israelites and the rest of the world are like, they're too busy stuck on this Tashi 6ix9ine. They're stuck on Charlemagne the God. They're stuck on all this media, social media and bullshit, not learning, because the Most High said in that day, Salakia, I believe it says in that day that knowledge will increase. I'm sorry, I might be, slaughtering that verse, but, knowledge is increasing and everybody's using their phone for dumb shit. They're using it for World Star and, watching twerk videos, and, you got little kids in these twerk classes and everything else. Like, people take their daughters to twerk classes and their little boys to twerk classes. And it's a fucking shame when you got this shit going on in the world. I would say, excuse my language, but, cuss words ain't what curse words are. Those are words. The curse words are not what people saying it is. Like the word fuck means fornicating under the consent of the king. So we have to realize what we're saying. That's why the Most High says, study the word and show thyself approved unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You have to understand what the word means. You have to understand the etymology of each word. Like these women run around here saying that they're queens, which Queen actually is for like homosexual males, for sodomites, and Quean actually means young busty prostitute, which these women are queens. You know what I mean? But, that gets besides the point. I just want to go over this. It says Australia, thousands trapped on the beach as fires approach. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai, last time he flooded this place, he said that, that's why the rainbow's in the sky. And, you got these sodomites running around here with our rainbow, a promise from our Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, from our Father, from our Abba, saying that he won't flood us again, but he says he's going to burn this place up by fire. And, I've had dreams about this, about the world being on fire and stuff like that, and chariots and stuff. When that was even before I even knew what Israelites were or anything like that. I didn't even know that UFOs was in the Bible. You know what I mean? So, I didn't even know the aliens, or not aliens, but the angelic beings were black. So, it's like I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and you can watch these people in distress. Edom is getting it big, and especially these Australians, because they've done a lot of bad stuff. Wickedry. So, and I've been wanting to tell people, like, all the stuff that's going on in California, all the fires and stuff over there, they're moving people out because they're about to bring more people in. They're bringing, and I'm going to prove my point right here. So I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to go into some other things.
Stranded by the seaside. Thousands of tourists and locals are being held hostage by raging wildfire in the town of Malakuta. It's too late to leave, so all they can do is wait along the beach for help to come.
So we're back in the caravan park because the fire is along the beach now, and we can't get out of Bateman's Bay because all the highways are blocked. We are okay. We're actually sitting in the car because the southerlies picked up, and if you have a look outside, it is just smoke everywhere.
And see, she said we are okay. Salakia for having to stop the video, but she said we are okay. No, the fuck you're not okay. You're sitting in a car. The only people that are okay are the prophets that are of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because he puts them out to be pilgriming. He puts them out in the streets and things like that. But if you ain't from Yahweh Shem Yahushai and you stuck in these cars, and you know what I mean, you don't have this word, because you know, in this understanding, you're not okay. You can't. That's why it says that he deprived these women from understanding. So he didn't give them understanding. These women don't have wisdom or knowledge. These women are gonna say that they're okay. If you drop they're gonna say they're okay if they're falling into a fucking vat of lava, into a thing of like into a volcano. They'll still be like, oh, I'm okay, even till death, because there's people that, how about Shimei Shai, that he has blocked their mind. They're blinded. They're way past. They're blinded. They think they're okay. They are not okay.
Others across the region have made the difficult decision to stay behind. But the authorities are clear. They're now on their own.
We are aware, and as the Premier has said, some people have chosen not to take that advice and remain in their homes in those isolated communities. We won't be putting trucks into those areas, but they were fully briefed and are fully aware before that fire impacted on that community.
Elsewhere in Melbourne, temperatures on Tuesday peaked at 41 degrees Celsius. In some places, the blazes are so intense, the thick smoke turned day to night. And aerial reconnaissance and water bombing had to be halted. The fires are causing dry lightning storms that themselves are starting fires.
When fires are creating their own weather and have super hot columns that go up to 13, 14, 15 kilometres in the air, it's not safe. Then there's obviously the very common sense issue of not being able to see so much smoke, so much impact in terms of moving around.
Australia has been battling huge bushfires for several months, mostly on the eastern coast. On Tuesday, almost 300 fires were registered, and the blazes have consumed more than 40,000 square kilometers of land.
Now, how about Shimei Osai said he's going to destroy this place by fire. Slakish, excuse me. Whew, I was about to sneeze. Now, I want to look at this too, because these Australians are getting attacked everywhere. In South Africa, you know, they went over there, they were farming, they're getting kicked out. Their lands, they're being destroyed off this earth. So right here it says South African farmers attacks, you know, Africana, whatever they got right there. It says violent crimes including murder, assault, robbery that take place on farms in South Africa. Now in South Africa, some of them Africans, you know, they Israelites. Some of them Gadites. Some of them, you know, we still got Judites over there. There's some Benjamites over there. You got Issachar over there. Because not everybody came up out of Africa. Not everybody got captured. So all this stuff is the work of Yahweh Shimei Shai. See, it says right here, black farmers are also victims of violent attacks. Just because their skin color is black does not mean that they're Israel. You know what I mean? Because there's black Esau, and I keep trying to tell people, you got Chinese Esau, you got, you know what I mean, all kinds of Esau. I mean, even though, you get what I'm saying, because there's some Moabites that are Israelites. You know, you got Hebrew, you got Hebrew Israelites and Hebrew Edomites. You got Hebrew Moabites. You know what I mean? Hebrew I guess Amalekites. I guess they're Edomites. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But look, it says an annual murder count of, I'm right here. Let's see if I can highlight it. Okay, it says an annual murder count of 20,000 total in South Africa in 2017. From 2015 to 2017. That's a bunch. So those murders is happening. Australia, all those farmers and stuff are being moved out. And you want to know how I could prove that Australians are coming up over to the Americas? Boom, right here. China actually sold it. They sold the port of LA See, there's no such thing as a coincidence. When we see this stuff, it's for a reason. They sold the Port of LA to Australia. You know what I mean? It says piling it on, loading the ship at the port of Long Beach Middle Terminal. Photo of Ringo Chiu, Hong Kong-based Orient Overseas International Ltd. Said Tuesday that it will sell Long Beach Container Terminal to consortium led by Australia's Macquarie Group for $1.78 billion. All right, so $1.78 billion. Now let's see. That's the $1.78 billion. Let's see how much the UFC was sold for. Okay, that doesn't make sense because UFC sold for $4 billion. $4 billion. Now, the UFC is a fight organization for those who that don't know. The LA ports, Long Beach ports, was sold for $1.7 billion. There are millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars that come through these ports. Why would this be sold for less than, and I've been telling people, than the UFC, which was sold for $4 billion. $4 billion. And this is sold for what? Where's that, Salakia? Sold for $1.78 billion. UFC was sold for almost $3 billion. You know what I mean? 3.22 billion more dollars. You know what I mean? So like I'm messing that all up, but that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? UFC doesn't make as much money as the ports bringing in. You know what I mean? But with that said, you got right here. So that lets you know that since the ports of LA were sold for that, you're going to have Australians coming over here. So they knew all these fires and stuff was happening. They're going to have to get people out. So with people coming over here to California, then you're going to have all the people moving out of California already because of the fact of all the other fires. There's going to be so many women. And Australia has way more women than men. And we already got the famine going on because it says right here. So that's fires. Excuse me, Slovakia. And it says, hailstorms destroyed thousands of acres of crops. So this is also what happened during 2018. You know what I mean? So it says George Sell, who farms near Madelia. Man, fuck, I can't read today. Slovakia. Madelia says he lost 150 acres of soybeans, and nobody cares about soybeans anyway. That's bad for you, especially if you're a man. And 90 acres of corn, which you shouldn't be eating corn anyway because the corn ain't the same, with another 200 acres of damage to varying degrees. So, I mean, you got the famine of the food right there. You got the hailstorms, and then you got fires going on. And right here it says, Ecclesiastes 39 and 29, fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. So who's he trying to get vengeance on? Yes, that's right. Esau, Edom. And I mean, a lot of you 2/3 and Jakes, you 2/3, you heathens, you guys are going to be getting these judgments right here. This is the beginning. And I mean, when I say the beginning, a lot of everybody says it looks little. No, the fudge is not little, because look at all the hell that's been going over in Mexico. Did you guys want to see it? Let's look at the hell. Let's see this. Hailstorm, Mexico City. This is also what happened in July. All these fires and stuff happened in July, which is supposed to be a hot time. Look at these pictures. This is in Mexico, the land of Issachar. But you know, you got in Mexico, you got people over there that's German, Russian, all these people trying to claim to be Issachar, which they're not. Mexico is so fucked up. when I say it's fucked up, it's because you got so-called Native Americans over there, like the Yaquis, the Tainos. You got Apache. You got all kinds of tribes up over there. Because what happened is you got Judites over there. Basically, what happened back in the day, they were shooting out with Christopher Columbus, and they would run across the border, and they would hide over there, and they would hide in a place called Guerrero. If you ever look up Guerrero, that's why Guerrero has Miss Mexican. They have Miss Black Mex or whatever they call it, Miss Black Mexican, Miss pageant. How you say it? Miss Black Mexican or something like that. You know how they got Miss America, they got Miss Black America Mexican or whatever. But it's a village of all black people over in Guerrero by the sea, and I mean they cook old school tortillas and things like it, tortillas and things like that. Let me see if I can pull up Guerrero. Guerrero. No, not Guillermo. You know, Guerrero. There we go. Slovakia. See, Afro Mexicans. Look right here. They got black girls because they have Miss Black America over there. Look at these guys. Issachar. You know what I mean? Look at this. See? Right here. Let's see if I can pull this. Afro-Mexican pride right here. You know what I mean? They got, look at that. This is all in Mexico. But now you got a lot of immigrants too. You got a lot of the Haitians going up over there too. Because when I went across the border, they got a lot of like Haitians over there, Dominican. I mean, you got a lot of people trying to get across the border, you know, that went in. But yeah, so we got all this stuff going on that people ain't paying attention to. All this flooding, everything, you know, all these women, people, they gonna need help. You know what I mean? And right now we trying to get this word out. And I'm sorry I laugh because it's like, for some reason people just can't get this truth. They can't get this truth. So what they gonna get is destruction. They gonna get the Naquam. They gonna get the vengeance. You know, how about Shimon Shai? He's been, he puts prophets on the street, not even just on the street, because you got highways and byways. You got the ones out there on the street, you know what I mean, out there risking their bodies. But then you have us solo brothers that, we ain't around no camps or nothing, but we still, we still talking or whatever, but we still just reaching out. You know what I mean? We still talk to people wherever we go. And I mean, that's how it should be, because highways and byways go everywhere. You go on a road, you might go down some country road and, somebody come talk to you and they be like, well, I'm going through this and, I love Jesus and, whatever they say. And, you might hit them with some word and they might look like an Edomite, but they might be an Israelite, that it just the word's going to come out. It says to let all nations know. All nations who are going to know who they are. Edom got to know who they are. Moabites got to know who they are. Everybody has to know who they are. You know what I mean? So this word is not just for the Israelites. I mean, the covenant is only for the Israelites, but the word for people to know who they are, all nations are going to know who they are, in these last days. All nations. And Elder Tahar said that too. In his, I want to say like his last video or like 2 videos ago, he said that, when they're out on the highways and byways, he said that all nations have to hear it because a lot of Esau don't know who they are. And he said, we waking up everybody and Edomites are knowing, finding out who they are. He goes, there's even a video of some girl screaming out saying, we on top, Edom, we on top, Edomites rule. Yeah, you guys are not ruling, actually. You're being destroyed. Because if you guys don't see what's going on, I mean, I could even pull up some stuff for Colorado, but I don't want to make this video too long because look at that. It's 114 right now, so that it's 444 right there, you know what I mean? Or 140, whatever you want to take it, 144. But even Colorado was getting huge snowstorms in like June, July. Ridiculous, So, and As a matter of fact, for everybody that doesn't know, the Farmer Almanac, I'm going to show you right now. 2020 will be the coldest year. See, here we go. The Farmer Almanac. It says the 2020 edition of the Farmer's Almanac predicts that 2/3. Isn't that interesting that it says 2/3? There's no such thing as a coincidence, because the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is omnipotent. He's omnipotent. So it says the 2020 edition of the Farmer's Almanac predicts that two-thirds of the country will face a colder than normal winter season. The worst of this year's bitterly cold winter will affect the eastern parts of the Rockies all the way to the Appalachian Mountains. So, that's going to be really cold. So the farmers already had problems growing their food last year in 2018. And there were times, matter of fact, let me show you. Slovakia. This is 2019 because of the farms. Man, this is just some of the hell that happened last year. Look at 2019, Denver. So, I mean, this is about to be a really interesting. I laugh because it's like, man, people really do not understand what's going on. And that's because you don't fear the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know what I mean? They don't fear the Most High. And that's, it says it right here. In Proverbs 9 and 10, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the holy, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. So, that if wisdom is basically having knowledge and being able to use it, because people have knowledge. Like, there's a lot of Israelites right now that have this knowledge, but they're not applying this knowledge. So if you have this knowledge and you're not applying this knowledge, then you don't have wisdom. You don't have wisdom. So, with that said, I just want to say, Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushai Ba'ashem Harakah Kodesh Brakta Yahweh Brakta Yahushai Brakathum. Stay prayed up. Use your knowledge, so you have wisdom, and keep praying for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to deliver us, because you don't want to get caught in this fire. This fire's coming. Oh, and as a matter of fact, let me show you one more thing. So, all right, so that's 2018. Here we go. Let's see. Darn it. I just seen one that it was talking about Yellowstone erupting. All right, yeah, so here we go. Like, this is Yellowstone. Yellowstone's an active volcano. They've been talking about how Yellowstone's been the most active this year. They said since 2015 to like 2018, Yellowstone has not been that active. But 2019, it had 48 eruptions. So, if y'all don't think that this fire's coming, then Yahweh Shimei Shai is about to deliver, he about to put this place on woe. And when I say woe, remember that song like woe? Yeah, it's like death. He about to put this place on death. So if y'all ain't ready for it, then, I mean, realistically, we all ain't ready for it. You know what I mean? But, you know, you got to put your faith in Yahweh Shimei Shai so that when this time comes, you know, you ain't going to be fearing. And you need to remember a lot of these verses because you might not have your Bible that day. You might not be able to look stuff up. That's why I sit here and I listen to, you know, I download videos and I listen to verses over and over. I play the Bible because that's going to be, you know, you putting on that full armor of Yahweh Shimei Shai to protect you. You know what I mean? Because we're going to get tested. Just because you may be of the elect doesn't mean that you're not going to get tested. You know, even the elect's going to get tested. You know, they're going to be so to the point that they're going to almost take the chip. Yep, and I was showing someone this the other day. It says, you know, because even, you know, at this time, even the elect going to be, you know, the people that aren't bound in his word, like, you know, holding on. It says, Matthew 24:24, for there shall arise false Christ, which we got a whole bunch running around. Cesare Bongiorno Face, Seraptus Christi, all those people, you know. It says false Christ and false prophets. You got a heck of false prophets. Yeah, I'm going to say hella false prophets because we in hell. You got all kinds of false prophets running around here not telling the truth about Yahweh Shimei Shai. And shall sue great signs and wonders in so much that if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect. So, I mean, right now you got Elon Musk, you know what I mean, with this RF or with this chip talk about he's going to heal people's brains and get people to walk again. And, you know, they did a video with some bull and stuff, you know, where they were able to stop the bull from having tantrums or whatever, you know, little temper tantrums. But this stuff's going to come to pass. Like, a lot of these people that, you know, that's in this word, some of y'all going to take the chip because y'all going to be afraid. You know what I mean? You know, but if you decide to take the chip, then, you know, you didn't really change. You know, you was probably one of the prophets back in the day that sold out Yahweh Shimei Shai, or said that, you know, you didn't know Yahweh Shimei Shai or walk in the path of Yahweh Shimei Shai, because one of these other Akim, or this other Ak, said, you know, when the time comes and they're gonna put our heads and try to cut us off or cut our heads off or shoot us, he said, you know, and to be honest, he said, you know, you should just pray for, you know, a quick death and that you don't feel no pain. And to be honest, you know, a quick death would be best for some people, you know what I mean? Because at least that way, you know, you're done with the temptation and you're going to get your crown. Just hold on to the word of Yahweh Shimei Shai so you can get your crown. Because it's like a lottery. It's like a lottery that you cannot lose. If you get killed and you in this word, then you getting crowned. You know what I mean? You getting your crown right away. So think about it like that. Like, man, all I got to do, you realistically, you could be like, man, all I got to do is die in this word. I'm getting the crown. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're a martyr, you know? But, you know, with that said, keep your faith, stay strong. You know, you're going to get these agents and everybody running up to you, asking you all these questions and everything. And, you know, they're going to run away and come back and run away and come back and run into the bathrooms and do all that. You got to realize that when they say, when you ask them if it's in the scriptures, but like show you in the scriptures, and they were like, whoa, it's how I feel. They're a lie. You know what I mean? If they ain't following what the word says, they're a damn liar. It ain't about how you feel. If they say, you know, it's how I feel, you still got to be smart as a serpent, gentle as a dove. Say, can you show me where it says I feel in the scriptures? You know,